Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be diving into the world of Gen Z in India.
Okay.
And we're going to be looking at this incredible report that was put together by BCG and Snap.
Yeah,
So big thanks to them for their work.
absolutely.
And you shared this report with us because you're interested in learning more about this generation and their impact.
Right.
And frankly, who wouldn't be?
Well, they're set to become major players in the consumer landscape.
Well, for sure.
By 2035, Gen Z's spending in India is projected to reach a mind-blowing $2 trillion.
$2 trillion.
Yeah.
That means every other rupee spent in India will be from a Gen Zer.
Exactly.
That's a huge shift. And it's happening fast.
Absolutely. This generation, born between 1997 and 2012, already comprises 377 million people.
Wow.
That's larger than the entire population of the U.S.
That's incredible.
And the report debunks a common misconception. Gen Z isn't just about future potential.
Right.
1 in 4 are already working and influencing $860 billion in spending today.
Wow. I hadn't realized they already had that much spending power.
Yeah.
And it's not just the typical categories like fashion and tech, right?
Right. Their influence extends to unexpected areas like household goods,
Okay.
travel, and even automobiles.
Wow.
They're already impacting purchasing decisions across the board.
So it's clear Gen Z is a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
But to really understand their impact,
Yeah.
we need to go beyond the numbers and understand what makes them tick, right?
Yeah.
What are the values driving their decision?
Yeah. The report dives into that, and it's fascinating.
Okay.
One key finding that stood out to me is their optimism.
Okay.
Despite facing economic uncertainties, almost 2/3 of Gen Z in India are confident about their finances,
Wow.
health, and social environment.
That's surprising. Most reports paint a picture of young people being anxious about the future.
Yeah.
What's fueling this optimism?
Well, the report suggests it's rooted in their belief in technology and their ability to shape a better future. They're digital natives who have witnessed firsthand how technology can create opportunities and solve problems.
That makes sense. They've grown up with the internet and smartphones.
Right.
So they see technology as a tool for progress.
Exactly.
How does this optimism translate into their spending habits?
It makes them more willing to invest in brands that align with their values,
Okay.
especially those focused on sustainability, social responsibility, and innovation. They see their spending as a way to support a better future.
So brands that want to win over Gen Z need to demonstrate authenticity and a commitment to making a positive impact.
Absolutely.
What else is important to understand about their values?
Their inner circle is incredibly influential.
Okay.
This refers to their close-knit group of friends and family who they constantly connect with,
Right.
sharing experiences and seeking advice, especially when making purchasing decisions.
So it's not enough for brands to just target individuals.
Right.
They need to appeal to their entire social network.
Exactly. Word-of-mouth recommendations from trusted sources hold immense weight with Gen Z.
Got it.
They value authenticity and transparency, so they're more likely to trust recommendations from people they know and respect.
It's like the modern day version of word-of-mouth marketing amplified by social media.
Exactly.
So building trust and fostering a sense of community are crucial. What other values are shaping their behaviors?
Gen Z places a high value on authenticity.
Okay.
They're quick to spot anything that feels fake or inauthentic.
Right.
And they're drawn to brands that embrace imperfections, express vulnerability, and stay true to their roots.
It's about being real and relatable, right?
Yeah.
They want brands to be human.
Exactly.
It's corporate robots.
Yeah. They're also trendsetters, not brand loyalists.
Okay.
They're constantly on the lookout for what's new and exciting, more drawn to trends than established brands.
Interesting.
This makes them a challenging but also exciting audience to engage with.
So brands need to be agile and innovative,
Yes,
constantly adapting to keep up with their ever-evolving tastes.
for sure.
What about the relationship with technology? They are digital natives, after all.
Absolutely. The report calls them visual creatures,
Oh.
living and breathing through images.
Yep.
GIFs, AR lenses, all about immersive experiences. They're highly attuned to visual content and prefer to communicate through images rather than text.
That makes sense. They've grown up with smartphones and social media
Right.
where visual communication is king. So traditional marketing strategies that rely on text-heavy content just won't cut it with this generation.
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay, we've uncovered some of the key values that shape Gen Z's behavior. Optimism, the importance of their inner circle, a craving for authenticity, a love of trends, and a reliance on visual communication.
Right.
How do these values translate into actual shopping behaviors?
That's where things get even more interesting. The report identifies several unique shopping behaviors that are reshaping the consumer landscape. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of India's Gen Z.
Go ahead.
We left off talking about how their values are translating into these shopping behaviors that are unlike anything we've seen before.
It really does feel like we're on the cusp of a major shift in how people shop and interact with brands.
Yeah.
So what are some of these game-changing behaviors the report uncovered?
One of the most fascinating is what they call shopsalizing.
Okay.
Gen Z doesn't just shop, they socialize while they do it.
Okay.
They'll share snaps from the trial room, video call friends for opinions,
Oh, wow.
and turn even mundane purchases into a shared experience.
So it's not just about buying a product.
Right.
It's about the social experience surrounding it.
Exactly.
Brands need to create spaces and opportunities for that interaction to happen, right?
Exactly. And the report provides some great examples of how brands are already doing this.
Oh.
One example is a fashion brand that integrated a live video chat feature directly into their app.
Oh, cool.
This allows friends to shop together virtually, share opinions on outfits in real time,
Wow.
and even make purchases collaboratively.
That's brilliant. It really taps into that need for connection and make shopping a more engaging, dynamic experience.
Yeah.
Are there any examples of how brands are fostering shoptualizing in their physical stores?
Absolutely. Another fashion retailer created community-focused spaces within their stores.
Interesting.
They host events, workshops, and even have stylists on hand who can provide personalized advice and help shoppers put together outfits with their friends.
That's awesome.
It's about creating a sense of community and making the store a destination where people want to hang out.
I love that. It completely transforms the idea of what a store can be.
Yeah.
What other unique behaviors is the report highlighting?
They also found that creators have become the new search engine for Gen Z.
Okay.
They trust recommendations from creators, influencers, bloggers, YouTubers over traditional advertising.
Really?
They'll go to these creators for product reviews, how-to videos, styling tips, and inspiration. It's a huge shift from how previous generations approached shopping.
That's so interesting. It speaks to the power of authentic voices and relatable content.
Yeah.
Brands need to figure out how to tap into this creator economy in an authentic and meaningful way.
For sure.
What else sets Gen Z shoppers apart?
Gen Z is truly phygital,
Okay.
seamlessly blending their online and offline experiences.
Okay.
They might discover a product online and then go to a store to try it on or buy it.
Right.
Or they might see something in a store and then go online to read reviews or compare prices.
That's a behavior I can definitely relate to.
Yeah.
I'm constantly switching between online and offline channels when I shop.
Right.
It highlights the importance of creating a consistent and engaging experience across all touch points, right?
Precisely. The report actually uses the example of Kunal to illustrate this.
Okay.
Kunal, a young professional, uses his online wish list as a lookbook when he's shopping in stores.
Interesting.
He's essentially merging his digital and physical shopping journeys.
That's a perfect example of how Gen Z is blurring the lines between online and offline.
Exactly.
It means brands can no longer think in terms of separate channels.
Yeah,
They need to create a cohesive experience that flows seamlessly between the digital and physical worlds.
exactly. The report emphasizes the need for brands to develop a deep understanding of Gen Z's shopping journey and identify the points where they can integrate social elements,
Okay.
personalized recommendations, and immersive experiences.
So it's not just about being present across multiple channels.
Right.
It's about creating a truly integrated and engaging experience that caters to their specific behaviors.
Yes.
What are some of the key strategies brands can use to effectively engage this influential generation?
The report outlines 5 key levers that brands can use to ride the Gen Z tide.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We spent this episode exploring the world of Gen Z in India, uncovering the values and behaviors that make them such a unique and influential generation.
We've learned that their optimistic value authenticity and their inner circles crave new trends and are truly phygital in their shopping habits.
And in the last part, we were just about to dive into those 5 key levers that brands can use to connect with this generation effectively.
Right.
What's the first lever we should be thinking about?
The first lever is all about speed and agility. Innovate rapidly and stay on trend.
Okay.
Gen Z is obsessed with novelty,
Right.
so brands need to be lightning fast in identifying and responding to emerging trends.
It's like trying to catch lightning in a bottle, isn't it? How can brands possibly keep up with that pace?
Well, the report highlights the example of a fashion brand that's mastered this.
Yeah.
They've implemented AI-powered trend forecasting,
Wow.
which allows them to analyze social media conversations, identify emerging styles, and adapt their designs within days, not months.
Wow, fast.
They've also shortened their concept to shelf timeline using agile project management and data-driven demand forecasting to optimize manufacturing and inventory.
That's impressive. It's not just about designing quickly.
Right.
It's about getting those designs in front of customers as fast as possible.
Exactly. And it requires a fundamental shift in mindset and operational processes.
I see.
Brands need to embrace a culture of experimentation and continuous improvement, constantly testing and iterating to stay ahead of the curve.
So it's about being bold, taking risks, and learning from both successes and failures. What's the second lever brands should be focusing on?
The second lever focuses on fostering connection and community. Enable shoptualizing throughout the shopping journey.
Okay.
Brands need to create opportunities for social interaction at every touch point,
Okay.
both online and offline.
We talked about how Gen Z loves to share their shopping experiences with their friends.
Right.
How can brands facilitate that in a way that feels authentic and engaging?
The report suggests integrating social elements directly into the shopping experience.
Okay.
For example, imagine a beauty brand that allows customers to create and share personalized makeup looks using AR technology. They could then share these looks with their friends, get feedback, and even make purchases together.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
It seamlessly integrates the social aspect into the product experience itself.
Right.
It also leverages the visual element we discussed earlier.
Exactly.
What about the in-store experience? How can brands encourage shoptualizing in physical spaces?
Think about creating spaces that are designed for interaction and community.
Okay.
Imagine a clothing store with a lounge area where friends can hang out, try on clothes together, and get styling advice from in-house experts.
Okay.
It transforms the store into a destination,
Yeah.
a place where people want to spend time and connect.
It makes the shopping experience more fun and engaging. What's the third lever brands need to consider?
The third lever emphasizes captivating their senses. Offer visually immersive experiences both digitally and in real life.
Got it.
Gen Z is a visually driven generation.
Right.
So brands need to create experiences that capture their attention and imagination.
We talked about how Gen Z responds to visual content.
Right.
From images and videos to AR and VR experiences.
Yeah.
What are some specific examples of how brands are leveraging these tools effectively?
The report highlights a beauty brand that partnered with a visual communication platform to develop personalized AR lenses to promote trending products.
Okay.
Consumers could use these lenses to virtually try on different shades of lipstick or eyeshadow.
That's cool.
creating a fun and interactive way to explore the brand's offerings.
That's such a clever way to engage with customers and make the product come alive.
Yeah.
It also taps into that desire for personalization, allowing consumers to experiment and find what works best for them.
Exactly. It's about creating experiences that are both visually stunning and personally relevant.
I see.
In the physical world, brands are experimenting with pop-up shops, interactive installations, and even immersive events that transport consumers to another world.
It's about creating a sense of wonder and excitement, making people feel like they're part of something special. What's the fourth lever brands need to pull?
The fourth lever is about creating a seamless journey across all touchpoints. Build truly omni-channel purchase experiences.
Okay.
This goes beyond simply having a presence across multiple channels. It's about creating a unified and personalized experience that follows the customer wherever they go.
This resonates with what we talked about earlier. Gen Z doesn't think in terms of separate channels.
Right.
They expect a consistent experience whether they're browsing online,
Yeah.
on an app, or in a physical store.
Exactly.
How can brands achieve this level of integration?
It requires a deep understanding of the customer journey and a commitment to breaking down silos between different parts of the business.
Okay.
Imagine a clothing retailer that allows customers to browse items online, save them to a wish list, and then try them on in-store without having to search for them again.
Okay.
Or a customer who buys something online can return it at a physical store without any hassle.
That level of integration makes the customer's life so much easier.
Yeah.
It's about anticipating their needs and creating a frictionless experience.
Exactly.
What's the final lever brands need to consider?
The final lever is about strategically leveraging the power of authentic voices. Engage with the right influencers in the right way. We've talked about how much Gen Z trusts recommendations from creators.
Right.
So brands need to be smart about how they partner with influencers.
It's not just about throwing money at big-name celebrities, right?
Exactly. It's about finding influencers who genuinely align with the brand's values and target audience.
Got it.
It's about building long-term relationships and empowering influencers to create content that feels authentic and engaging.
It's about moving beyond one-off sponsored posts and thinking about how influencers can be integrated into the brand's overall marketing strategy.
Precisely. And it requires a shift from a transactional mindset to a collaborative one.
Okay.
Brands need to view influencers as partners working together to create content that resonates with their audience.
These 5 levers provide a roadmap for brands to effectively connect with Gen Z.
Right.
But there's one more crucial element we need to discuss, right?
You're right. All of these strategies point to a larger shift that's happening in the business world.
Okay.
One that aligns perfectly with Team Cotillions' vision for the future. They believe that engagement is going to be the lifeblood of businesses moving forward.
That makes sense. As we've seen, Gen Z wants to be actively involved in the brands they support.
Right.
They're not passive consumers. They want to be part of the conversation.
Exactly. Team Cotillion emphasizes the need for businesses to have a digital soul,
Okay.
a way of connecting with customers on a deeper level through personalized experiences and meaningful interactions.
Interesting.
They argue that every business needs to be engaging with customers across all channels.
Okay.
Voicemail, app, website, WhatsApp, creating a seamless and unified experience.
It's about meeting customers where they are
Yeah.
and creating a personalized experience that feels authentic and engaging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they envision a UI that moves beyond the traditional browse and buy model to something more dynamic and interactive.
Okay.
They talk about creating an explore, converse, recommend, act, delight experience, almost like having a digital concierge.
That's a compelling vision.
Yep.
It seems like the strategies for winning over Gen Z are not just about marketing tactics. They're about fundamentally changing how businesses operate and engage with their customers.
Absolutely. Adapting to the needs and expectations of Gen Z could be the key to success for businesses in the future.
Yeah.
It's about embracing a customer-centric approach, fostering a culture of innovation and agility, and creating experiences that are both meaningful and memorable.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive into the world of Gen Z.
I agree.
We've uncovered a wealth of information about their values, their behaviors, and the strategies brands can use to connect with them.
Right.
It's clear that Gen Z is a generation to watch.
Yeah.
And their influence will only continue to grow in the years to come.
For sure. Their expectations for authenticity, personalization, and seamless experiences will shape the future of business.
Absolutely.
Brands that can adapt and meet these expectations will be the ones who thrive in this new landscape.
We hope this deep dive has provided you with valuable insights into the world of Gen Z and how you can apply this knowledge to your own business or endeavors. As we wrap up, we leave you with a thought-provoking question. How do you think brands can best adapt to meet the needs of this powerful and influential generation?